1-800-348-1007.
35192. Want to send me a text? AlanCoxShow.com to watch live. Thank you again to Lunker Gorfengob, who is helping out back there in the department. Next week on the show, I will have Bill Maher tickets for you. He'll be on the show in a couple of weeks. He's doing a May 20th out at MGM Northfield Park. I will have Cleveland Funny Bus tickets for you. We're going to do this a bunch of Wednesdays in a row, the very first of which will be this coming Wednesday. The Cleveland Funny Bus is comedians and you, and they tell you stuff about Cleveland. A 90-minute tour. I'll be your host for the first Alan Cox Show night on the Cleveland Funny Bus. Go to funnybus.net to buy tickets. They will go quickly, but would love to see you there. Funnybus.net. We leave from Collision Bend. And we're going to do it for the next handful of Wednesdays. So we'll get you on board that. I'll have Buzzard Fest tickets for you all next week. That's happening in August out at Victory Sports Park. After a 23-year hiatus, Buzzard Fest is back. Incubus, Bush, Live, Filter, Welshly Arms, Kaleidoscope Kid, and Winona Fighter. If you want to go see Clutch, they're playing next weekend, I think. Are you going to Clutch, Mary?
No, because I'm driving home from New York that day. So it's like I would have to drive straight to the show, essentially.
Right. So
Although
if you
I
want
would
to go
like
see,
to.
Yeah, Clutch is great. And if Monster Jam is more your jam, I'll have those tickets for you. That's going to be at Cleveland Browns Stadium, first weekend in June. So that is next week. Bill is also going to be talking to the Bare Naked Ladies next week, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that'll be good. What are you going to ask him?
Why don't you guys put on some clothes?
They're the original drag queens.
Yeah, right.
They're naked. They're ladies. They can't figure out what's going on. I was reading about speaking of drag queens. What?
I'm changing the subject.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to hit this every time. Let me.
I mean, today at least.
Today, okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to change the subject now.
Okay. Military recruitment is one of the best indicators of how the economy's doing, right? When the economy is really good, there are fewer people going into the military. That's one of the factors that contributes to just enlistments being down across the board, is if there are a lot of jobs. And so all the branches of the military have made attempts to adjust things, not only to whatever the economic indicators are, but to kind of adjust to better fit whatever the current culture is. So, like it used to be, you couldn't have any tattoos to get in the military, which I never understood. But that was a thing. Well, they allow for tattoos now, and they don't always test for pot use and things like that. I imagine they'll probably get some pushback for this, since it is 2023 and it is America. The Navy has hired an active duty officer who is also a drag queen to be the face of their latest recruitment drive. They're calling them, they're non-binary. Joshua Kelly, who identifies as non-binary, is a yeoman second class in the Navy. And they have become the digital ambassador for the Navy as part of a drive to attract a talented and diverse workforce in the Navy. And there's something about it that feels very, what are the kids into? Let's see if we need to get more kids signing up. What are they into? The TikToks or? Kelly's stage name is Harpy Daniels. And they're all over TikTok and Instagram and all about that. But they are also an active duty serviceman in the Navy.
Oh, great. Our Navy's
Service
gone
person.
woke.
Well, this is what I'm saying, though. I mean, even for Even for any branch of the armed forces to kind of try to be with the times, this seems like such an overshot that I'm not quite sure what they're going for. But maybe it'll work. Maybe if the Navy is like, hey, we're the drag queen arm of I don't know. But Joshua Kelly, very pleased. Joined in 2016.
The Navy. Join the Navy. Get wet one way or another.
Oh, boy.
So Harpy Daniels over there on TikTok is the new digital ambassador for the Navy. I don't know what the hell that means.
Their slogan right now is forged by the sea.
Mhm.
Maybe they can change it to forged by the scene. As in like the...
Forged by the C word.
Yeah. Get rid of the C word.
So there, I'll go when I'm good and ready. So anyway, all the branches of the military are having a tough time. Recruitments are down because the economy's good. And that makes the military concerned about how they might respond to.
But isn't the economy not good?
Economy's very good right now.
I thought it was really bad.
That's what some people on Fox News are happy to tell you, but it's not the case.
I'm just going off of
FoxNews.com?
No, I don't watch any of that stuff.
Well, like I said, military recruitment is
yeah.
one of the indicators to look at how the economy is doing. And when the economy is strong, they have a real hard time. Now, this is not.
But I think there's also a thing where people are less just not going into the military as much anymore, whether the economy's good or bad.
Well, that's part of it. But the reason that people went into the military before was they didn't really have, they come out of high school.
Yeah.
And that was one of the big recruiting drives was they were trying to get people out of high school or out of college or whatever. Hey, don't go do this. Come to the military. We'll help you pay for college. Get people out of high school. And they go, we'll help you pay for college, whatever. So the economy is not the only indicator, obviously, but it's a pretty good one. And so recruitment has been down for a while. But what else has changed? I mean, people went into the military. Either they came from a military family or they wanted to get paid that way. Lifer in the military, you put in 20 years, you come out with a pension. That's not so bad. You're better than having Polaroid liquidate your stock at the end of your, 30 years or whatever. But all of the arms of the military are currently having a hard time. The Army said they'll miss their recruiting goal again. So, hey, there's a drag name, Miss Goal. So everybody's kind of trying to come up with their, but the Navy drag queen, it just seems like as the fake outrage on the right over drag queens, right? It's a classic case of be careful when the dog finally catches the car. For decades, right-wingers have been trying to get Roe v. Wade overturned. Then they got that. The whole situation is still very much in flux, but they finally got that. And then they went full tilt boogie against like gay marriage or whatever, and they couldn't get that. Gay marriage is a legal thing, although there are some people who want to change that. So that's how drag queens got to be the cause celeb now, is because they need something to pretend is a danger to society. And so right now it's drag queens for whatever reason. But so for any arm of the military to go, we're going all in on drag queens. I mean, that, not all in, but I mean,
Did you
this
ever,
service person is there.
Did you ever, not that you fantasize about going to the military, but me being gay, I'm like, what military branch would I look best, like what uniform looks best? And I feel like the Air Force uniform, I'd probably look the best in for whatever reason.
What about Space Force?
But
Everybody
those Coke bottle glasses, bro.
Well, I would wear my contacts or I would get LASIK.
No, I don't think you can even.
Yes, you can.
Well, you
I
can't
didn't
be
say
a
I would
pilot.
be I didn't say I would be a pilot. I just said I would be in the Air Force. But I like their
He's a
uniforms.
lunch lady.
Like the Navy, I don't like their little hats. I don't like their hats. Military, I don't think I would look good in a military uniform.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, Marines, not military. Marines. And then Army, I could probably pull off camouflage.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody looks pretty cool in their in service dress. you know,
I'm kind of with
sucker
Poundcake
for a
on the
man in
Navy
uniform,
one.
the whole thing. I mean,
the Navy uniform is
well, you still got those bell bottoms and
Yeah.
the big
That's what I'm
wide
saying.
white collars.
Have the little
and-
ribbon.
because you just look like a
Say it. Go
little
ahead.
boy. No, I was not
Little
going to
Lord
say
Fauntleroy.
that. Yeah, no, you look
yeah,
like
but
a little boy.
But Poundcake, you would like Fleet Week.
Oh, I've seen Fleet Week. When I was in Charleston, I think what is it called? The Citadel University's
The
down there.
Citadel?
Citadel University. Sorry,
How would he go? How did you arrive at Citadel?
I don't know. I just was thinking
How do
about
you pronounce
it was
C-I-T-Y?
City.
Not City.
Okay.
How would you default to Citadel? Yeah, I love it. Oh.
But I did see that, and they're all in their little uniforms. I was like, whoa. I was like, they're in college, right? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, good. But yeah, they were.
No, listen, my
Really
dad
attractive.
my dad was in the Army. I was born on an Army base. I mean, I have a lot of military in my family. My nephew just finished basic training. He's a Marine now, and he's got, I think he's going to be through the summer down in Georgia, and then they're sending him to Germany. They're going to post him in Germany for 4 years. He eventually wants to go into federal law enforcement. But he's the only one of the kids among me and my siblings that have gone into the military.
I got cousins that were in the Air Force and they're already retired and they're around my age.
You know, like 40 and they're retired.
They're
Yeah,
retired because then they get jobs as consultants.
Yeah.
And because they were engineers in the Air Force. My uncle was an engineer in the Air Force. My
yeah.
aunt was.
My dad
like,
was
they-
Army Corps of
they're all
Engineers.
hooked up.
Yep. I kept my dad from going to Vietnam. Otherwise, I might have grown up without a dad. Who knows? Okay, let me.
I'm gonna change the subject now.
There's a story that just. I'm not that interested in the story just because it's so weird, but there's something in the story that maybe you can get me hip to because I don't know what they're talking about. The headline caught my eye: Washington teen fatally impaled in gym class freak accident. This is a high school student in Washington State who died after a freak accident in gym class when he fell onto a goal post and it went through his eye.
Ugh.
What kind of goalpost?
Well, I don't know that. This is fourth period phys ed class.
Oh.
Braden Baum, 16 years old, died at the hospital. He fell onto a goal post running and it went through his eye and into his brain.
That's insane. That's like one of my fears, like the chairs being up at the end of the day when all the
Yeah.
legs of the chair go straight up in the air. I was always afraid of
Yeah.
poking my eye out that way or having my head get impaled. Oh, ooh, I hate this.
The fire chief said the injury was not sustainable with life. I love all this double speak. They got it. A kid got stuck in the eye.
Yeah.
But here's what I don't understand. The only thing that jumped out at me about this, I mean, it's tragic and it's whatever. As they said was, Braden Baum,
Do you think the gym teacher, they keep calling it in gym class and he's like, phys ed, please, phys ed.
I'm a physical education teacher,
Yeah.
please. What I couldn't figure out was the kid, affectionately known as Fish Pockets, in honor of his favorite pastime. What the hell is Fish Pockets? Is this a thing that
fish in his pocket?
we used to call that pocket pool?
Mm.
Fish pot? What? When your hands are always in your pockets and you're rummaging around? That means you're jerking off in class, is what that means. I mean, that's probably not what they mean, but
Maybe it's Washington State's. They have a lot of fishermen out there. Maybe it's like a hot pocket with fish pockets.
are the kids into something called Fish Pockets that I don't know? And the person who wrote this, it felt like a troll that somebody like was punking whoever wrote this. The student affectionately known as Fish Pockets in order of his favorite pastime was a sophomore at Cheney High School.
I have no idea.
Yeah, what the hell? If you're, some of you dudes, if this is a thing, you got to text me and tell me. Fish Pockets. Maybe he just liked to fish. I don't know, but that doesn't explain the pockets. I thought you kids were supposed to be like cooler than us. You could come up with these nicknames, man.
Well,
Let's say the kid
whatever.
likes to fish. They call him Fish Pockets? I don't know.
Oh.
It just, I couldn't, you know. And this kid, he can't read the story because he's dead. He can't.
He can't be like, that's not my nickname.
Yeah, he can't. A,
I
it is
hated that.
Jim, and B, I'm not Fish Pockets. you listen to us on iHeartRadio, you can always leave messages there for us on the talkback button.
Alan, there was a guy in prison with me that could make a pizza crust out of 2 pieces of white bread, a sleeve of crackers, and a box of macaroni. Most amazing pizza crust ever.
Wow.
There you go.
Those prison chefs, boy. It was the most amazing pizza he ever had because, of course, it was pepperoni and meth.
Well,
But-
meth ain't that bad.
That's what that guy said.
Mhm.
So it's crackers
Crackers, macaroni,
and white bread
and white bread. Yeah.
and pieces of white bread,
Mhm.
and he's in there making pizza crust.
Yep.
I wonder, topping it with what? That's what I wonder.
You know what? Blood.
Oh, that wasn't what I was thinking. That's not that bad at all.
Hey, man, meth ain't that bad.
Meth ain't that bad.
Hey, man, meth ain't that bad.
No. You don't have to say it again. Forgot where he was.
Hey, man, meth ain't that bad.
I got a break. If you want to get a text as the last word, send me something, 35192. Next $1,000 keyword for you for the Buzzard Bookie is coming up at 6:30. And then Guardians, 3rd of 3 in New York against the Yankees. First pitch, 7:05 tonight on MMS.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
Hey, everybody, this is Brad from 3 Doors Down.
Don't miss
iHeartRadio.
Live with 3 Doors Down. In celebration of their upcoming Away from the Sun anniversary tour. Tickets on sale now.
Check out our iHeartRadio live event.
Listen right here and watch on iHeartRadio's YouTube channel. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific.
This is Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The Guards will have a series win in their sights when they close their set against the Yanks tonight. Shane Bieber toes the slab in the rubber match. Browns linebacker Anthony Walker says he'll be ready for Week 1, if not training camp, as he continues to rehab from that season-ending torn quad tendon. And the Golden State Warriors